Oh, no, you don't.
What are you doing?
Polishing your shoes, that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to do it every day for you.
Well, you don't have to do that.
I owe you. Go do something you enjoy.
Peter, are you sure you don't have something on your mind?
No, I am. I mean, I feel just fine. I've never felt better in my whole short life.
Yeah, well, we didn't ask you how you felt, Peter.
What do you mean, short life?
Joining us now is Christopher Knight. Hello, Christopher. How are you?
Hello, Donna. I'm fine. Thank you.
You know, before the camera started rolling, I was sharing with you that the television that I have on set is the TV that I used to watch you on. So I love the fact that you're on my show right now. It just tickles me I just can't explain it to you. It's just like such a joyful moment. So you growing up.
I said those televisions are familiar with us baby boomers, but not to anyone younger, because you literally had to get up to change the channel.
You absolutely did.
You know, you get glazed over look when you tell that to people that are, 40 and younger. What?
So growing up, I kind of must have already known that I was going to grow up and have this television show, or somehow I was going to use my TV as a table. And when I started my show about 15 years ago, I kept asking my dad in St. Louis, I'm like, Dad, you still have that TV? Dad, he's like, yes, Donna Marie, I still have that TV. I'm so sentimental about it, but it was a wedding gift for my parents to one another. And so sure enough, he did. And about 5 years ago, I called him, I said, I'm ready for the TV. And he had to ship it up to me, but here it is on my set. So tell us.
Was he still using it?
It still works, but he was
or was
not
it just
still using it.
in the basement?
No,
Wow.
He wasn't. Well, with the rabbit ears, with the foil, right? And if I really wanted to watch the Brady Bunch and really get you in good, we had to extra foil and kind of make the rabbit ears work a little bit better. I'm just teasing. But, life is such a funny journey. And so you've been in this business for such a long time. And now you're producing things, you're doing all types of things. Can we just go back in time? Because I know my audience would love to hear you talk about your experience with that iconic show, The Brady Bunch. What was that like for you to play that role?
It's been my life experience. So I mean, I can associate how it to others' life experiences and then recognize that it's quite different, exceptionally different. I was very lucky. And my life took this journey that who would have known at the time in doing it, that it would perpetuate itself and continue to alter my trajectory lifelong. I mean, it was a comedy. I was a child actor, and it was meant to entertain. And I think it has become a touchstone. And as such, it is not just remembered fondly, but used as an example of our not understanding, our aspiration for the American family, because it is a functioning family with a lot of respect and love shown. And perhaps it's not always in others' families like the Bradys, but as I told my mom, there's nothing wrong with at least using it as an example of something that you would like to have at home.
And it really was relatable for a lot of families, the things that you guys would go through, even though it was done in a comedic way, right? I still use some of the things like, the one show, the one episode where it said you just pretend like everybody's in their underwear, or funny like little things, that help you, I guess, right? That help you have confidence, or it taught a lot of things. It taught about good community spirit, doing those things like, or Alice, showing respect for one another, or getting along with your siblings. Like my brother Michael and I and my brother Tony, we would fight sometimes, but there's something about that wholesomeness, if you will, that corniness, but that is a slice of Americana. And you're right, it was fun. And it was great. And it's fun to have you be on the show. But just recently, all of you kids got back together. What was that like? Because I just saw it the other day on one of the big networks.
Are you talking about the recent Masked Singer that Michael, Barry, and I did?
You never know where to be found, so you better get ready.
Hannah, talk to the mummies, please.
That was so much fun, you guys. I would mummy around with you anywhere you want to go.
Yes.
Honestly. And by the way, your harmony was beautiful, and you guys practiced some choreography. You guys were really into it.
Yeah.
Or going back 2 years to the HGTV Barry Brady renovation, because that was the opportunity. Cool. That came out of nowhere and presented itself precisely in time for it to be sort of a 50-year anniversary for us. And in doing that, it actually became clear to all of us how disconnected in part we have become from our fans, because fans started to believing that house that they could physically drive by in Los Angeles was the house that we actually lived in and shot at. In other words, over years, people have lost track of the fact that we're on a television show. We're not related to one another, didn't live in a house together. We were actors on a set. Because it has become such, a part of people's lives, they bypass, that inconvenient little bit of truth and imagine us as a functioning family. And that house became sort of the representation of the place that we lived. And, it made clear to us that our fans know us through the box, through the television. Our reminiscings of the show and our memories of the show are about doing it, not necessarily watching the show, which led then to Barry and I doing our podcast, which is the Brady Bros, the very Brady Bros, some say, but the Brady Bros, where we dissect episodes. It's an episodic recap. But in our case, we're recapping episodes from 50 years ago. We do watch them, and sometimes it's the first time we've seen the show in 45, 50 years, and we see it with totally different eyes because we sit in a different place. We have a different consciousness as an adult, and then we watch these shows giggling sometimes and scratching our heads at others, but just having a ball. And it's a reflection of what our audiences have their view of us that now we're getting caught up with. So
yes, it's nice. It's almost like time traveling, right? So yeah. I'm just slightly younger than you, a little older than one of the characters, and it's interesting to have that and to now have you reflect on it. So everybody else is kind of like a mirror for you almost, if you will, right? Because we're telling you about our reflections of watching you, and now you're getting to reflect back about what it was like to be on set that day. Super fun. Now, you've gone on to do a lot of other things. So tell us about your company that you have now.
I have a number. First, they've become a furniture brand, and that's done or exceeded all expectations. Christopher Knight Home, an online brand of furniture that sells outdoor, indoor, you name it, we've got it. And it's been an incredible journey. I've been in business. I left the entertainment industry in '85 and went into high tech. I was in the computer industry during the whole arc of the personal computer for 20 years. So I keep one foot firmly planted in business at all times. One of the businesses that I never really explored, though, was the business of entertainment, outside of being an actor in it, being a producer in it. And 2 years ago, a very good friend of mine who is a producer came to me about partnering up. And, I thought it's time I did become a producer. And so we started a production company, former Prodigy Media. And our first project was a self-funded project of the heart called Truelove the Film. My partner Phil Biardo had become aware of Callie Truelove. This young lady had this special ability to bring smiles to all around her. We also learned that she had Williams syndrome. I had no understanding of Williams syndrome. I've never even heard of Williams syndrome, and neither had Phil. Nonetheless, she had done some YouTube videos, special books by special kids. And there was a special sparkle in her, and we thought, there's there might be a story here. And in visiting her, we confirmed that there was a story there, and decided to move forward with doing a documentary on Callie. And our film, True Love, the film had just this year premiered firstly at the Williams Syndrome Convention in June, and now we're in the middle of the festival season. We just screened the movie here at the Awareness Festival. We have the ARC convention coming up in mid-November. We have the California Film Festival. We won the Audience Choice Award at the Beverly Hills Film Festival. The result of all these film festivals ultimately will be the film distributing itself somewhere, whether that be, on cable or network television. We don't know yet. But we're very touched that we've now been in the theater with our audience, and it's proving to be quite effective in bringing the message forward of how special Callie is, and as it turns out, these other individuals who have been affected by Williams syndrome, and it gets the message out about Williams syndrome.
Now, I had heard from somebody on your team that actually Callie is visiting you. And so I was going to do two different stories, but I think it might be nice, and I'm going to give my editors a moment to set up maybe two boxes so that we could maybe have Callie join us. How does that sound to you, Christopher?
That sounds most excellent. Yeah, she's out visiting because we had the screening over the weekend, and lucky us, we're here today together. We're going to be on different computers, just makes it a little bit easier.
Okay, so to our watching audience at home, stay tuned. We're going to set this up, and we're going to continue this great visit with Christopher Knight. I'm Donna Drake, and we're going to be introducing Callie Truelove.
I just go through life one day at a time. You never know what's going to happen. We're not promised tomorrow. I believe in the power of a hug, kiss, and a handshake, and a fist bump, and a smile.
Callie is very loving. She cares about anyone and everything.
Y'all are so sweet.
A young lady was going to commit suicide. She was thanking Callie for saving her life.
How we get so blessed with this opportunity. I'm just a small town girl, trying to help people.
We're supposed to be different. Now I'm getting emotional.
Now I'm getting emotional.
They're so adorable. Welcome to our house.
When people aren't treating me nice, I just try to ignore them because I'm not that kind of person.
This is me, and I love everything you talk about.
I say she floats around a room like a bumblebee. She spreads joy like pollen.
It's like I'm not the end of the world that's trying to get nicer.
I love you, buddy.
I love you too.
You're worthy of love, and that I can love you across political difference, across racial difference, across developmental difference.
I love.
Williams syndrome has changed our life, honestly. We're grateful for her.
If the whole world could be or see through their eyes, it would be such a glorious place to be.
Love is the most powerful law of all, and I want people to realize that love conquers all.
If everyone had Williams syndrome in the world, there would be no need for armies or anything, because everybody would love one another.
I wish the world could see each other the way Callie sees everybody.
It's not what's wrong with them, it's what's wrong with us.
Joining us now, it's Callie Truelove and Christopher Knight. Hello to you both.
Hello.
Hi, Callie.
Hello. So Callie, Christopher was telling us a little bit about the syndrome and Williams syndrome. And so can you, in your own words, kind of talk to us about that?
Yes, so Williams syndrome is a deletion of the 7th chromosome. And some of us can have a very sparkly, loud, out there personality. And then some of us can be really shy, quiet, secluded. But I got the full personality where you're like out there and wild and stuff. So that is what Williams syndrome is. And it makes people unique because we see love in everything and everybody. And I just love having it. It's awesome.
I think it's beautiful. I think it's a gift. I'm happy to spend some time with you. I kind of have an effervescent personality, right? And so I appreciate the joy that you're showing to others. Tell us about this film that you've been participating in and why it's important for you to be working with Christopher and the team on this.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So I did a video not too long ago, a few years ago actually, with a man named Chris Ulmer. And then the film company reached out to us, and my mom thought it was a joke, so she didn't answer the first time. And then they did it again, and she didn't answer again. And then they were on their hands and knees begging us. So we finally reached out to them, and they came a few weeks later and did a little clip. And then we found out Christopher Knight wanted to be involved, and we was like, oh my gosh, this is huge. So, and then we went to California. We found a few clips here. And then we went on our 2-week tour and met other kids with Williams syndrome. And we got to spend a little time with them. And ever since then, I have just changed ever since then. I feel like I finally found my purpose in life, and I found what I meant to do. And so I'm so thankful for this opportunity. Yes, Christopher Knight is a wonderful man. I have known their family for a while now. And yeah, I'm actually upstairs, just chilling up here. So it's fun. So we went to the beach today and hung out for a little bit.
So what did you love best about your beach day, Callie?
Oh my gosh, I love just being able to see the waves. It's been a long time since I've seen waves. I just love the waves. And it kind of reminds me of myself. I'm kind of wavy, and I like to relax. So I relaxed on the beach, and it was so much fun.
When you say that you found your purpose and your mission and that it's bringing you so much joy, what are you hoping that others, that maybe aren't, that don't have Williams syndrome could know? How can the community around somebody with Williams syndrome help make a difference in their life?
So I just now started a foundation right after we finished our film, because I was like, okay, one journey is done, time to start the other one. So we started a foundation, and it is called the Truelove Foundation. And we are going to be helping kids with Williams syndrome. And we are going to provide them with therapy necessities, normal life necessities. I mean, stuff that they truly need and stuff that they want, so that they can excel in life. So that is what it's all about. It's not about fortune or fame. It's about giving back to my Williams syndrome community, because they have gave me so much. So it was time to give back, and that's what we're all about. And yeah, I'm just so excited to start this next big journey in my life. So we've gone from one thing to another, and we're just going to keep growing.
And there's no reason why you
Donna,
shouldn't. So Christopher, yes, Christopher, go ahead.
I'm going to ask you, had you ever heard of Williams syndrome?
I had not. And I have worked with different communities for my whole life. Since I was 12, I used to sing in a patriotic singing group called the Futures of America. And we would sing songs for like people with cerebral palsy and all different types of things. And I'm an advocate. I like to say that I'm a non-for-profit junkie, because I love them. I love making a difference. And I wanted to thank you for bringing about awareness for this, because I was not aware of it. So Christopher, what are your thoughts about that now that, you've gotten this project underway? Tell us what your thoughts are and how it's changed your life a little bit.
Well, our hope is that through the film, when it finally gets released and distributed, there will be a greater understanding and awareness of Williams syndrome, because it's not entirely uncommon. It affects 1 in 10,000 individuals worldwide, regardless of sex, regardless of a culture, regardless of ethnic background. It's affecting 40 million people or more worldwide. And that people don't know about it is perhaps because it gets lumped in or had traditionally with other issues and affectations, and not separated out completely, although it has been understood now for nearly 100 years as its own
diagnosis or syndrome, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, that was the hard part, diagnosing it specifically, until the advent of screening genes and having the technique affordably to be able to test your chromosomes. There hadn't been a way to really isolate whether or not one had Williams syndrome. And through the mapping of the human genome, it has become more well understood what the condition is. As Callie said, it's not the deletion completely of chromosome number 7, it's deletion of a number of genes on chromosome number 7 that leads not just to this party personality. That is an interesting, secondary affectation. And the reason that we were drawn to Callie originally was because of her effect on people and the smiles that she engenders wherever she goes. But it also comes with, developmental issues. It comes with physical issues. I mean, Callie had how many surgeries before she was even 1 on her heart? It's that she has done as much as she has in her life is amazing. It's more amazing when watching the film, realizing that she wasn't expected to make it to her first birthday. Congratulations, Callie, you did.
Congratulations, Callie. And Callie, before we wrap up, Callie, when's your birthday?
June the 27th, and I will make it to my 20th birthday. So I'm so excited.
I am so excited. I'm also a June baby. I'm June 3rd. And Christopher, when's your birthday?
November 7th.
Oh, it's coming up. So I celebrate both of you and your work. I thank you very much for spending this time with us today, reminiscing about my childhood and certainly helping other children that have Williams syndrome now celebrating their childhood as well. We're all in this together, one big happy community. And I'm overjoyed that you brought the story to me. So thank you so very, very much.
You are welcome.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
You're welcome. Happiness to you. I'm hugging you both now. Can you feel it? Big old hugs.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Bye, guys. Happy journeys to you both. Come by. Come on the show anytime. Come back again. Okay.
Yes,
When I'm back east, I will.
Okay. Take care. Happiness to you guys. Bye-bye.